Hi guys, this is RedDevilDazzy and
ChiaraWii.
yep, this is a new feature. We'll be talking about the Zelda games we've played in the past, and like this is called RedDevilDazzy and ChiaraWii. Talk about the Legend of Zelda, Link's Awakening that came out on the Game Boy back in what year was it? Can you remember?
I believe it was 93.
Okay. And it was also released in Game Boy Color. In '98 was that?
I think. Hang on. I'm Wikipedia. Actually, I probably should have looked that up.
Okay.
Before we started. 93 originally and 98 for the color.
Okay. Now, when did you first play the game, Kira?
I played the original Game Boy version. I never played the Game Boy Color version, and that was probably around the time that it came out, maybe a couple years after, because I was still really young then. But it was my first Zelda game.
Ah, okay. Well, it's a very long time ago. I remember. Let me think. This is the only part I remember from. Well, remembering. Trying to think. I was in on holiday. Wait, sort it out. Wait. I was on holiday in this cottage, and I was playing the Wind Waker. Oh God, no! What the hell? This is going not too well.
Do you want to restart?
What'd you say?
Do you want to restart?
No, it was keep that in. Oh, it's a botch. Okay, I was playing Link's Awakening, and I was rescuing Bow Wow in that place you have to get him, and that's my main highlights I remember from that game because, yeah, I don't remember what year it was, unfortunately. Maybe 90. Sorry.
Oh no, go ahead.
It was either, I don't know, 93 or 94, something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely early on, because I think my mum and dad, they bought a Game Boy, and they had they had Breakout or something on it, and they had Super Mario, you know that, was it Dr.
Mario Land?
No,
Dr. Mario?
That's it, Dr. Mario and It's Awakening. So I was playing that, and that's actually my first Zelda game as well.
Yeah, it's interesting. I was talking with some friends, and they said something about, what's your favorite Zelda game? And we all listed our favorite game, and then they're like, what's the first one you played? And it was the same one that was our favorite. So, don't know if there's correlation there, but I definitely remember a lot about that game, because it turns out to be one of the more unique games of the series. Like, with the Mario and the Peach in it, and you have Mario enemies in it.
Goombas.
Probably one of the most memorable things for me, though, and scared me as a child, was the rooster in the main village, which I can't think of the name of it.
Oh, neither can I. Oh, no, I can't remember.
Yeah, but when you had to get the dead rooster was really weird. I also remember the animal village very fondly.
Alright. I thought, when you mentioned the rooster, I thought you meant the chickens. If you attack them a lot, they get all their mates and they completely destroy you.
Yeah, I remember that was the first time I had tried that, and I was probably maybe 6 years old.
And you have to if you want to escape, you have to leave the screen and you go back and it's all nice and peaceful again.
Oh man, it gets worse when you get into the 3D games and you have to go in a building.
I think I've seen that, but I don't know. How bad is it when you take a chicken in 3D?
Well, when you get attacked in Ocarina of Time or Wind Waker, you get attacked repetitively until you go in a building. Wait, are there chickens in Wind Waker?
There's pigs.
There's pigs. It's the pigs that attack you.
Alright.
But yeah, the Rimlets in Skyward Sword just attack you if you're out at night. I mean, you don't even have to provoke them.
Oh wait, in Skyward Sword as well.
Skyward Sword, it's not the same because you have the rimlets, the cat-like things.
Oh yeah.
And they just attack you at night. You don't even provoke them. They go at you, and if you try to throw them off a cliff, they fly back up with their ears.
Oh, I think I tried that once.
Yeah, I witnessed that for the first time on screen on my LP, and I screamed. Because I didn't realize they could fly.
Yeah.
But back on,
Yeah, sorry.
Link's Awakening. Yeah, I remember the Rooster really fondly. The one thing I want to play is the, Game Boy Colors, the new dungeon, because there's a difference between the Game Boy Color version and the Game Boy version, and that's that there's a dungeon based on color, and that dungeon gets you either a red tunic or a blue tunic, so you can choose to up your offense or your defense.
Yep.
I'm pretty sure it's optional.
Yeah,
but I'm not positive.
Yeah, it's in the graveyard. You have to push. Yeah, the gravestones to get in there. I think I've done that. I don't remember. It depends. I might have been there or not. Yeah. Oh yeah. What about the shop? If you steal something, your name after you've stolen something, your name becomes thief.
Yeah, I actually never did that. I think I knew somebody who did that, and then I went and tried it for myself because I didn't believe them.
And you go out and you go back in, and he goes.
And he kills you.
I wasn't kidding at all. Now you're gonna pay for it. No, and you get a game over.
Pretty much. If you're trying to get her name, I almost called her Malin. Marin, I believe is her name. Marin, if you complete the game without losing a life, then she turns into a seagull in the end sequence.
Really?
And becomes free.
Ah, okay.
But if you can't do in the same game stealing from the shop and going back in and getting Marin as a seagull because you get an insta-kill from going back into that shop.
Yeah. Okay, let me think. Let me think. What do you think of the dungeons? There was about 8, wasn't there?
I believe so. I really liked most of them. I'm not a fan of water dungeons, so the water one, not such a huge fan of. But the others, I like them. They're clever, but they're short enough to get them done because it's a portable game.
Yeah.
So, I mean, even if you're going on a road trip, you want to get them done fast.
Well.
But
okay.
I like them.
Well, this is just me. The worst dungeon I did not like was Eagle's Tower. Like moving the ball around the dungeon.
Yeah, I don't think I ever got there. I think I watched somebody play through that.
Oh, wait a minute. Have you beaten the game or not?
I personally haven't, but one of my friends has, so I would look over his shoulder. I got to Eagle's Tower. See, the last time I played the game was when I was really young. Except, well, most of the way through. I got to Eagle's Tower and just was like, I can't figure it out. So I watched somebody play through it.
It really is frustrating. You take the ball around the dungeon and you need to hit the switch and then throw the ball somewhere. And it just gets a bit confusing after a while. It does.
Yeah, because see, I lost my game.
Okay.
Probably back when I was 10 years old, and I just picked it back up recently because I got it on the Virtual Console on the DS. So that's actually fantastic because you can actually now play an old game.
Yeah.
I don't know. I love Virtual Console for that. Though I know people emulate most of the time.
Yeah.
Because it's totally legal.
Yeah. Sorry. I don't know.
Sorry. I don't completely frown upon emulation. I understand why it's there, but I also feel like people should get credit where credit is due if the game is available still. As a copy.
Yep. Okay. What else? Let me think. Well, I remember something about the animal village. There's this house, right, with this crocodile with a
Yep.
narcissist, and then there's this hippo. Is it a hippo in like that woman hippo?
Mhm.
And she would say, "Go away," and I was trying to like cheer her up, and and it didn't work. I played the ocarina, didn't work. I didn't know how to. I was trying to make her happy, and it didn't happen. I thought it was like a mission or something. Like,
I think it was part of that giant side quest where you had to trade items, probably.
yeah, because I did like I went in there a few times trying to see if I could change her behaviour or something, like her mood, and she just was in like a angry mood.
Yeah, and that's kind of one of the things I miss from the Zelda game, the 3D Zelda games. It's just the exploration factor of it. Sorry, I'm not trying to turn it into a comparison video, but I really enjoyed the exploration in Link's Awakening and a lot of the 2D. It's not always a straightforward path, and I just...
Yep.
One thing I really enjoyed doing was just visiting all the villages and, well, all of 2, and all the screens on the map, because it was just always fascinating what you would find. And then the guy, he ate a mushroom or something and became a raccoon.
I don't know why.
There was, Talon, I believe, or Terran.
Yeah.
Whichever name he had. He ate a mushroom, I believe, and turned into a raccoon, if I remember correctly. Maybe I'm going insane.
Or a Tanuki suit, I don't know.
Tanuki suit, yes.
Tanuki. Can't pronounce the name.
But yeah, I seem to remember something about somebody changing forms because they ate a bad thing in the forest. I'm pretty sure it was a mushroom.
Alright. Now what bosses did you like? Like, what bosses did you find easy and hard?
I mean, probably the first dungeon was the easiest, because that's just how Zelda games, in any game, goes. What I'm thinking about, none of them really, this is gonna sound bad, don't stand out to me as much as the game stood out to me, because... Again, I haven't played it fully through in a while, and I remember these individual elements of the actual gameplay, but the bosses just, they're kind of there to progress the game. You just have to get past them.
Yeah. It's like, let me think, what did I have trouble with? Maybe Eagle's Tower? Well, I know you haven't got... There's a giant eagle, and you have to, like, use the mirror shield to, like, deflect.
Yeah, I would have had so much trouble with that. When I was watching, I was just like, yep, when have been able to do that.
Yeah. What else? Like, for its time, it was a good Zelda game.
I think it still holds up today.
Yeah, well, if I was to put it in, like, what am I trying to say, like, my favourite Zelda game is Wind Waker.
Favorite Zelda game?
Yeah. It would be number 4, because, well, Skyward Sword second, Spirit Tracks third, and Wind Waker... No, Wind Waker... No.
Link's Awakening?
Yeah, yes. See, I said Wind Waker again, like I said it earlier.
Well, they both have the word wake in them, so...
It's a wake.
There you go.
Yeah. Well, it would go in at number 4. It was number 2 before I played Spirit Tracks and Wind Waker, so it was at number 2 at one point, like, favourite Zelda game that I've played. Where would you put it at number 1 in your category?
I'd probably put it 2 or 3 now, because I have at the time that I had said that was my favorite, I hadn't completed Ocarina of Time, and Skyward Sword hadn't even come out yet, and as much grief as Skyward Sword gets, it's either my top 1 or 2, and Ocarina probably beats it out as well. But Link's Awakening definitely is dear to my heart, because it's one of my first games. I remember so much about it, even though it's been years since I completed the game. It's a fantastic game that still holds up today.
Yeah, I like the part. Well, when you play the instruments at the I was about to say Death Egg. That's Sonic, not Zelda.
Yeah, that'd be a little weird.
Yeah, no, the Windfish. The music, yeah. I like the music though because it's not, you know, it's like for the Game Boy Color and the sound they had to work with.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
Yeah, imagine if that was done in like orchestra, you know, that would be pretty cool.
I'm interested if that's part of the Zelda Symphony concert because I can't go to the concert. I only have the CD that came with Skyward Sword.
Yeah.
So I'd be curious to know if that's part of it because I know they do have a lot of A Link to the Past music in it.
Mm. Oh yeah, yeah.
So
let me think. I'm about to say something. Oh yeah. What's his name? You know the person who's behind Zelda? Is it Shiga Moto? Is that it?
Miyamoto?
Yeah. He said he wants to recreate 2D Zelda games into 3D.
Yes, he wants to create a 2D Zelda game for the 3DS, which I think would be really interesting because you have some of these NES games that they're trying to recreate for the 3DS, and that's fantastic. But it's not built around the 3D feature. But when Nintendo puts their mind to it and creates a game specifically with the 3D in mind, it's fantastic. Mario 3D Land was created with the 3D in mind. Mario Kart 7, even, I mean, it seems like they didn't really keep the 3D in mind for that. I'm not sure it was initially intended to be 3D. It still looks gorgeous, but some of the third-party games just don't make the 3D the forefront, and I can appreciate that, but I really do like the idea of making a 3D, 2D game, and that sounds like an oxymoron.
Because now here's a question: Would you like to see Link's Awakening in 3D?
I would, but the thing is, Link's Awakening has now had 3 releases: the original Game Boy release, the Game Boy Color release, and the Virtual Console release.
Oh, okay.
I think that, as it is right now, I think what the fans want, leave Link's Awakening on the Virtual Console. I think it's a fantastic game and people should pick it up, but I think that it needs to be kind of laid to rest now and stay on the Virtual Console and not get another remake. I think that the 2D game should be a new game, because that's what the Zelda fans are going to want. They want new, and they want, honestly, a lot of people came off with a bad taste from Skyward Sword. I understand why. I personally love the game, but I understand why people don't. And I think that they could really win some goodwill back with a new, fresh 2D Zelda game like the old ones. And then they'll win goodwill from the rest of the fans when they create the Wii U game in HD.
Okay. Well, I wouldn't mind seeing like one 2D remake. Well, one remake from 2D to 3D. It could be any game that's...
The game that I think I would most want to see that on is probably... I'd like to see Oracle of Ages and Seasons on one cartridge, because I only had one of them growing up. I never got to experience the code system in beating both games, and I think that's the case for a lot of kids, because a parent's probably not going to go out and spend $80 on a game for their child, or 2 games for their child at one time.
Yeah.
So I'd like to see them both on one cartridge.
Okay. Well, let's give a rating now. What rating would you give The Legend of Zelda Link's Awakening out of 10?
Out of 10?
Yeah.
Probably an 8 or 9, just because it It left such an impact on me. It made me love the Zelda series and keep coming back to it. And it was, as a game itself, it was very unique, with the exception of the all being a dream ending.
Oh yeah.
Spoiler.
What'd you say?
A little late.
What'd you say?
I said spoiler, but that's a little late.
Oh well. Well, I would give it, an 8.5 or something like that, because it was the first Zelda game I played. But it's very hard to remember because I'm pretty sure I didn't beat it when I got it, when I played it, because something like that. And about 10 years later, I played my second Zelda game, so it's a very long gap. So, I don't know.
Yeah, I didn't really have the gap except for, well, I guess you could say, because I never had A Link to the Past for SNES. My next game was Ocarina of Time.
Alright.
So.
Okay, well, that will wrap it up for this feature. Well, we'll call this, I don't know, number 1 or something. Yeah, thank you for watching, and thank you, oh no. ChiaraWii. Oh my god. I don't know, that's it. Kira? That's it.
Chewbacca.
When I say ChiaraWii, it's like Q. Q, letter Q. Sorry. So anyway, thank you for watching, and thank you, ChiaraWii.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you for taking part, and, hopefully we can do another video about the next Zelda game, which, well, it's going to be Into the Past.
Awesome.
Yep, so goodbye.
Bye.